Hey, how's it going? It's Saturday night, about 6 p.m. I just ordered up some dinner from the Japanese restaurant around the corner. Had Grab run it over here. If you're new to Thailand and many places in Southeast Asia, Grab is the ultimate app for transportation. You can link a credit card, in my case a US credit card. There's also Bolt for transportation, but Grab also has the food option. There's also Food Panda, which I never use. I'm a Grab guy, and it works a little too easy. 24 hours a day, that food will be here in like a half hour. I'm gonna have a quick dinner and go meet some friends over at Hangover for the Saturday get together, and then we'll figure out where we go from there. There's a Grab driver right there with a little box on the back of the bike. You can't miss him. So having a good time here at the top floor, the meetup. Where are we at? The Hangover here on Soi 22. Stop on by on Saturday night. Hey, so it's a pretty good night. I'm still hanging out. It's about 12:45. A little bit of sprinkling. A bunch of people went over to Soy Cowboy. I might still go over there. I'm trying to talk myself into it, but I really don't feel like it. They're going over to Penny Black, which is kind of a rock band downstairs, and then it turns into a after hours club upstairs. Yeah, I'm definitely not feeling that tonight. So I'm just sitting here having a beer and watching the people go by on this beautiful Bangkok evening. I was just hanging out with two guys from Austria. They're staying at the Marriott Marquis, which is, it's right there. You can almost see it down the street on the left. And they are medical supply salesmen. I don't know, something about cardiology equipment. I don't know. But that is the one thing I love about Bangkok, that you can just hang out at a different little pub or whatever, and you're going to meet all kinds of interesting people. I love where I hung out most of my life in California, but yeah, I'm not going to meet a couple of guys from Austria selling medical equipment in Southeast Asia there. So it's interesting to me. Maybe I'm a nutcase, but I like hanging out in the 1 in the morning and seeing who I'm gonna meet. So I'm gonna jump on a motorbike, and I think I'm gonna go over to Stella's bar. I'm a bit of a broken record heading over to Stella's, but I like that place. It's a little bit of a late night place, so I'm gonna go over and see who's hanging out. So I stuck my head into Libertech next to Stella's, doing a little karaoke. Yeah, another fun night. They're having a little party here at Libertech. There's Stella's. Libertech's just a couple of doors down. It's another good place. A couple of my friends are in there, but I have a beer on the bar over at Stella's, so I'm gonna go over and hang out. But yeah, definitely check out Libertech. Fun little place. All right, it's about 2:30. We just ordered a bunch of Thai food. It just rolled up. Having the last beer of the night and some Thai food, and then heading on home. Another great evening. So it is a little late. It's about 3:15 in the morning. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit of a night owl. Here's the New Days, just down the way. Stella's is right over there. I am gonna wander up the street and maybe jump on a motorbike. It is kind of sprinkling, so I really don't want to walk in the rain. So I just got back home, and there's kind of really nothing better than sitting on the back of a motorbike at 3:30 in the morning, whatever time it is, and having the rain kind of slapping you in your face, racing through the streets of Bangkok. It's an experience. There's my pool down on the 6th level. I really enjoy swimming. There's a small gym attached to it. I don't enjoy the gym as much, but I get in there for, I don't know, a good half hour, 45 minutes on the dumbbells. Then get in my pool and swim my laps. Well, hello everybody. It's Sunday, almost 8 p.m. That was a good time last night. I'm out on the hunt for some barbecue tonight. There's a place, I think it's by Lumpini Park, I think, called Smoking Pug. I've seen it advertised for a long time now, and I've just never made my way there. Well, I was looking up the directions, and it said you can also visit the Pug over on Sukhumvit, Soi 20, and I walked by soy 20 all the time and I never saw it. It did say it was in a Miracle Mall or something like that, so I'm gonna go try to find it. I could have walked there, but I made my decision on the train. I was actually heading to, this is the Asok BTS, and if you follow down the way, down there is the Sukhumvit MRT. So I was gonna jump on the MRT and head over towards Lumpini or wherever this Smoking Pug is. And then, like I say, I saw they had one just over here to the right on soy 20, so I'm gonna go try to find that location. And this area of Bangkok anyhow is very easy to get around, starting up in Nana, Sukhumvit soy 1, and then it just goes 3/4 away across Thailand, I think. But this, if it were a number, this might confuse you a little bit. It would be Sukhumvit soy 21, but it's not. It's Asok Mantri. So 17 and 19 are on the other side of the Terminal 21 shopping mall. You hit Asok Mantri, Soy Cowboy, and then if you were to walk through Soy Cowboy, it then starts with the numbers again. You'd hit Sukhumvit soy 23. And on the other side is roughly soy 20, but they don't entirely line up, especially when you get down the way. I know Sukhumvit soy 101 on the odd side. On the other side of the street, I believe is soy, 70? I think it's 70. So you can see the further you get down the way, they're more, the odd and even are gonna be off a little. All right, so much for my my luck changing. It's starting to rain. Normally it'll rain starting at 3, 4 in the afternoon, and if it doesn't, oftentimes you have a good shot at a halfway dry evening. I headed out a little late tonight. I didn't really feel like dealing with the rain. It was completely fine. And now here at 8 o'clock, here comes the sprinkles, which might turn into a massive downpour. I think I have enough time to get up soy 20. I am carrying my little portable umbrella, and bring some good ones, especially myself. I'm from the US. You could go to Ross or Marshall's and get really nice heavy duty kind of Samsonite ones, and $10. They just have the cheapies over here that may or may not last 10 times. And on the other side of Asok Mantri's Ratchapisik Road, you can go down the way in the Queen Convention Center. Oh, it's really starting to rain now. I might have to wait it out. The Queen Convention Center, and is it Benchakiti Park? Yes, Benchasiri Park is up my way in Phrom Phong. Benchakiti Park, beautiful greenery with a big water feature. And they have, is it called the Green Mile? I think it's physically painted green. It's a walk or bike path that connects all the way to the new park at the head of Soy 4 now, although I think they're just calling it an extension of Benchakiti, and then it connects all the way down to Lumpini Park. So you can see I've been talking to you for 2 minutes. Sprinkling turned into a pretty heavy downpour here. So I'm in no hurry at all. I'm just gonna hang out up here, and hopefully in 10 minutes it'll go back to a little bit of a drizzle and make my way. I do need to go, well, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna guess it's 100 meters up to 20 and then 100 meters down, maybe a little further, to try to find this restaurant. No sense in getting wet. You can see the rain blowing across the street. It's a beautiful windy night. Hopefully this rain will go away and we'll just get back to a nice breeze. Not exactly sure, maybe it's in the 80s Fahrenheit, but with that breeze, it's just a treat here in Bangkok, and it kind of makes it feel like it's 60 or 70 degrees. I know it's not, but anytime there's a breeze, it's welcome. In many places on the BTS here in Bangkok, they have these, I'll call it a sky bridge. In this case, up above Sukhumvit. That is Terminal 21 off in the distance, so that is where this bridge starts. And you can take it all the way down this way, head down there, and you're towards Soy Cowboy. I'm gonna take the stairs here when the rain drops off, and I'm almost up to, I think I'm almost up to Soy 20. No, actually, I think the next street is Soy 18. There's a Lexus dealership, then I go down to 20. I'm probably going to the other side of that building. Yeah, it's coming down now. I almost feel like ducking into a local pub and taking shelter, but I'm not gonna drink tonight. I don't drink that much, but I probably had 3 or 4 beers over the last 3 nights. So I need to cool it at least tonight, and maybe hopefully the next couple of 2-3 days. We'll see how that goes. And down the way on the left where you see the Jasmine City Hotel, that's Sukhumvit Soi 23. Take a left right there, go up 50 feet, 50 meters, I don't know, still trying to figure out the difference, and you'll hit the other side of Soi Cowboy. I'm tempted to just take the sky bridge here and walk straight into Terminal 21, keep myself dry, get something to eat, and in the next 45 minutes, hopefully this will all be gone, but I got barbecue on the brain, so I'm gonna wait it out up here and then head over. A lot of these guys on motorbikes are the Grab and motor taxi guys, hard-working guys, and I feel bad for them. I carried mail forever, and I had like the killer Gore-Tex gear and the Gore-Tex boots. I could be in a driving rainstorm, not that there are that many in San Diego like this, and I'm pretty much dry as a bone. These guys, they all, here's a guy right here, they all just wear those 50-cent, almost a garbage bag poncho, and they're out busting their butts, delivering food and, you know, waiting to drive the next passenger around. I wish I would have brought that Gore-Tex gear and there'd be some guy riding around in his U.S. postal gear, staying dry, working on his motorbike. But you can see, it was dry as a bone not even 15 minutes ago, and there's already an inch or more rain puddled up. And I'm starting to see lightning, so that's not a good sign that this is passing anytime soon. Bangkok, especially during the rainy season, you're just going to have to deal with the rain. The one thing you need to keep in the back of your head is when it starts to rain. I could have got a cab in a half hour ago in minutes. Now that it's raining, forget that. All the meters are going to be broken, and I know that's getting to be a more common occurrence, but the demand for a cab in the rain like this just went up 100, 200, 300%. So if you're sitting in your place and you're heading out to meet friends, just wait it out in your place or order that car, but don't be surprised if it takes 20 or 30 minutes for one to finally arrive. And as far as the broken meters, I know that's a little bit of a controversial subject, especially on Facebook and YouTube. It's like, they're crooks. They're get their taxi number and turn them in for not turning on the meter. I get all that. But on the same hand, if this guy, say in the van, he doesn't have his light on, so who knows, maybe he's heading to get a fare. But even the guys that have the light on in the window, and that's the telltale sign, you can see up the way, some lights are green, some are red. If the light is on, they're available, flag them down. It gets a little bit interesting here in Bangkok. Let's say you want to go a long distance, like from here to Chinatown. That's not that long a distance, but this guy might prefer just kind of going between Soi 4 and Soi 40. They'll just say no, and they'll drive away. So that's not uncommon. But what is getting more and more popular, and yeah, not only because I'm a foreigner, I have plenty of Thai friends, and they say the exact same thing. They get upset, Thai ladies especially. Oh, they'll get upset with a Thai taxi driver who, when you open that taxi door, he's got the meter turned off, he's got his green light on, or red, that I'm available. Open the taxi, hey, I'm going to wherever it is on Newt, and he'll just say 150 baht. And she's like, no, 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 you know, because she knows with the meter it should be 90 baht. Myself, right or wrong, yeah, 9 out of 10 times I'll open the door and say, we're going up to on New, 150 okay? If I see the meter is off, he says yes, and off we go. I've had one friend who I was trying to put her in a cab and get her home. We went through about 4 cabs before one guy finally turned the meter on. She was asking them, meter, correct? And all of them were saying, nope, meter broken, meter broken. Finally, after about maybe a 15-minute wait, she found somebody who had turned the meter on. Myself, I just wanted to go home. I wanted to put her in a cab, and I would have gladly paid whatever it was, 200 baht, rather than the meter going on to make it a 170 baht fare. But that's just me, and that's a personal decision you'll have to make. The heavy, heavy downpour, you're gonna get soaked. If you say, well, I'm just going from here to Cowboy or whatever. By the time you get over to Cowboy, you are going to be completely soaked. So to get to Cowboy from here, actually there's a smarter way. You just go down into the MRT, you go under the street and pop out where those people are standing, although they're standing there waiting for the rain to drop back. Yeah, so much for that plan. I waited another 5-7 minutes and it started downpour again. So we'll see how it goes. I might have changed plans to go into Terminal 21, but I'm really in the mood for at least a half a rack of ribs, and I've heard some good things about this place. I also like Billy's Smokehouse up at the Plonchit BTS, but what's going on here? Tuk Tuk and Taxi battling it out. I have ate at Billy's a half dozen times, so I'm in the mood for trying a new place. I also mentioned it in at least one other video. If you ask a question in a comment, I do my best to try to answer it. Sometimes some slip through the cracks, but what has been happening lately, and I sure hope you don't think I'm giving up on the conversation. If you ask me a question and I answer, and then you reply to the answer, not in the form of another comment, but just replying to the comment I sent back to you, YouTube does not give me an alert that I have another comment, if that makes sense. If you're only in a conversation with me or just one person, yeah, you might take a look at that conversation and notice that I replied back if you don't get a response. But me, oftentimes, a dozen people are asking me questions and I answer them all. And if two of those dozen ask a second question, I have no way of seeing that they asked a second question. So just ask me a second comment, not a reply to my comment, and I'll do my best to answer you. I might not have the correct answer. I'm a rookie over here, but hey, you know, I'm at least here so I can share with you my experience. And I have to say, that took a solid 30 minutes. I mean, maybe I could have took off 5 or 10 minutes ago, but it's down to a light drizzle. So I'm going to try to make the 200 or 300 meter walk, find this barbecue spot. All right, so the rain is down to a trickle. Made our way up here to Sukhumvit 20. And at the end of the street where you see the big tall Radisson Blue, that's Sukhumvit. So however far that distance is, 150 meters, maybe a little bit more. We've now came up to the Novotel Hotel. And I'm guessing there's a big kind of business shopping complex off to the right here. I'm guessing it's in there. And of course, Google Maps and all that works perfectly over here, but I'm shooting this video on my phone, so it doesn't work so well. Google Maps, when I keep cutting back to video, it'll drop off and you got to reload it. So I just take a quick peek at where the place is. Oh, it looks like it's close to the Novotel in the Miles something or another shopping center, and then I just wing it. And where that cab's coming from, that's the end of Soi 20, and you head off to the left and there's a little connection to Soi 22. And I sure hope it's in here. Yeah, I think I see Smoking Pug. And there is the Millennium Residence. Looks like a beautiful building. I'd guess that's in between. This is probably the back entrance on Soi, what are we on, 20? So 18 might be the lobby. And again, it's Sunday evening. I think it said it was open till 11 p.m. And hopefully they still have some ribs. So it's a pretty nice place. Big couple up there eating. And the gentleman behind the bar, he's from Long Island, New York. Typical barbecue fashion, you wander into a place at, what time is it? Going on 9 o'clock. Hey, you know, I'm out of pork ribs, I'm out of this, I'm out of that. He did have an Australian beef rib, and I haven't had a beef rib in forever. It is 1,000 baht. So it's not super cheap, but I'll bet this is gonna be a delicious meal. Any meat, especially the Australian steaks and all, is going to come at a premium here in Bangkok. So treat yourself every now and then. That's not out of line. Oftentimes I go to Sizzler, which is a little bit more cafeteria style than a nice barbecue restaurant. And yeah, you'll pay 800 baht for a very small Australian grain-fed beef steak. So yeah, this is going to be my special meal of the week, I guess. And then tomorrow it's back to Thai food. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. That's way more than 8 ounces of meat what I normally get. Big, beautiful Australian beef rib, mashed potatoes, Homemade, of course, homemade onion rings and coleslaw. And then I'm gonna try the ginger, Carolina, and Kansas City sauce. So that was a delicious dinner. I'm talking to Bart, the manager here. I'm seeing Sierra on tap, Oregon beer, Mind Haze IPA, and I think he told me they have Stone. Hey, so that was a great time. I just closed the restaurant up. It's about 10 p.m. The old Smoking Pug. Bart was a good guy, the manager here. We got into talking about boats, and he's a ASA sailing instructor from Annapolis, hardcore. So had a good time talking sailboats, and I'm gonna have to pick his brain. I'm sure he wanted to go home like 10 o'clock, so I'm like, yeah, we'll talk again. But he was giving me a little local knowledge on where to go, at least rent smaller boats outside of Pattaya. I know the marina in between Pattaya and Jomtien, but I need a little bit more local knowledge. Not that I'm gonna find anything over here like the connections I had in San Diego. And San Diego, I could get on any one of 24 boats in between the times that I didn't own a boat. I don't plan on owning a boat over here anytime soon, so I'd like to at least know who I can sail with or where to go and rent a boat. And I think it must be the changing of the shift at the local hotel or something. Everybody's roaring off on their bicycles. It's still kind of sprinkling, but it's definitely not raining. So I'm gonna head back up Sukhumvit Soi 20 and make my next move. I gotta be honest though, after I eat barbecue, I normally want to take a nap. And just in my quick look, I thought it was the Mile Mall, but I think it's called the Millie Mall, where you'll find the Pug. And the old Smoking Pug is down there where you see those lights on that taxi. And we're making our way just whatever that is, 2 football fields to Sukhumvit. And right here is a little side street that kind of pops out. That is the Novotel Hotel. And this, where this taxi is going, you go up the way and to the right, and it connects to Soi 18. I remember doing a video walking from 18 over here to Soi 20. And then up here on the right will be the Best Western. I ducked into the lobby to show you the Novotel. Looks like a very nice property. I've never stayed at any of the Novotels. It looks like in the corner they have a little sandwich and burger stand. And then just before we pop out on Sukhumvit, and the Radisson Blue property is on the other side, there's a bunch of street food on the right, and right next to the street food is, it's always popular, I've never hung out there, it's called Sports Corner. But every time I walk by, including tonight, there were dozens and dozens of people in there watching different games. It's half patio and half indoor. So that was a pretty successful dinner run. It's still kind of light, misty drizzle. So hopefully that doesn't turn back into rain, and I think I'm gonna walk on home. It's a pretty good walk home, but it's nice and cool, and if it doesn't start pouring, I'll be fine. I really appreciate you following along with me and checking out this little area of Bangkok, and consider subscribing if you haven't for more looks around town. Have a nice evening.